So we have this rule that says anytime that you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, you must change the direction of the inequality. So if we try that here, the idea would be, okay, if I want to get x by itself, I can divide both sides by -6. On the left, you get x. On the right, you get -6. But the question is, why does this change directions? One approach you could take is by marking, well, let's say this is 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the location of -6. I'll put an open circle here, and the answer is either going to be everything on this side or on this side. So you could check a number, plug it back into the original expression, and see if it makes it true or not. So if I were to check, let's say x is equal to 0, does it make this a true statement? And if we put 0 in place of x, we get 0 is less than 36, and this is true. In fact, every number on this side is going to make this original inequality true, so we'd have to shade in this direction, which is the same thing as saying x is actually greater than -6. You could try a number on the other side, like maybe you could look at -7, you could check that. If you check x is equal to -7, you get -6 times -7, is that less than 36? On the left, we get 42. On the right, we still have 36, and this is false. So this doesn't prove the rule, but it certainly indicates that if you had left this as less than, the answer would have been wrong. Now let's look at the reason why, by again going back to the original inequality. The reason for the rule is that it is a shortcut. Another way to do this problem is to add the 6x to the right and subtract the 36 to the left. So I'm going to write that out. So first step, I'll add 6x to both sides, and this gives me 0 is less than 36 plus 6x. And now I will subtract 36 from both sides, and I get -36 is less than 6x. In doing this, you just removed the negative from the number that is in front of the x. The next step will be to divide both sides by +6 this time, so we get -6 is less than x. But of course, it might be better to read it from left to right with the x on the left to get our final answer to say x has to be greater than -6. So this would be the process if you wanted to avoid using a negative number, and there are a ton of steps. It's just much faster to say, okay, I'll divide both sides by the -6, but then just reverse the direction of this inequality.